Hey there, fashion lovers. Have you ever wondered why women's clothes button on the left side? It is a small detail that's been around for centuries, yet many people don't know the reason behind it. In this video, we will uncover the fascinating history behind this fashion staple and why it is still relevant today. So, buckle up and get ready to learn something new about women's fashion. Cloths button have been an essential component of clothing design for centuries. These small, round fasteners can be found on shirts, pants, jackets and dresses, serving both a functional and aesthetic purpose. It plays a crucial role in the fashion industry. The tradition of women's clothing buttoning on the left side can be traced back to the 18th century, when women's clothing became more complex and intricate. At that time, women of upper classes would often have ladies' maids to help them dress. Since most people are right-handed, having the buttons on the left side of women's clothing made it easier for the maids to dress their mistresses. Another theory is that this tradition was originally meant to differentiate between men's and women's clothing. By having women's clothing button on the left side, it would make it clear that women's clothing was not simply a variation of men's clothing. During historical period like Renaissance and Victorian era, women's clothing was often much more complicated and elaborate than men's. Think petticoats, corsets and bustles. But while rich men often dressed themselves, their female family members most likely had servants to help them put on their clothes both out of luxury and necessity. To make it easier for servants to button up their employers' dresses right, clothier might have started sewing buttons on the opposite side. Eventually, as clothing became more and more mass-produced, women's cloths kept being made with the buttons on the left and the design became standard. That's one explanation for why women's clothes button on the left, but why would men's clothes always button on the right? That particular tradition might have roots in how men once dressed for war. Just and wealthy women needed servants to help them get dressed.